Drake Air Force Ones.
He got them already, I'm sure.
That's the thing. I was going to get them for you. He's like, I got 3 pair. I was like, oh.
Exactly.
You didn't need them from me, bro.
Jesus Christ, OVO.
Super fan.
Let go of Drake's penis sometime, man. All right?
Jesus.
If Drake, Eli, serious question. If Drake peed, would you hold his penis and shake it for him?
You know what?
He said maybe. He said maybe.
Y'all, wow.
Close your mouth, man.
That's insane, man. Come on, Eli.
Chris Kalin is here. She's our guest co-host. Let's get to the rumors.
This is the Rumor Report.
I am here.
All the way from the 843.
Straight from Charleston.
You already know.
Made it.
You got Chris Kalin.
Y'all boy already know.
On the Breakfast Club.
Of course, you have the internet, but we have to debunk some rumors.
Talk about it.
All right, so Keke Palmer speaks on relationship issues in her latest podcast. So Keke Palmer has been dealing with her own relationship issues in front of the world, as we all know. And in the latest episode of her podcast, Baby, This is Keke Palmer, she got into a different relationship issues in general. So she was accompanied by her mom Sharon and Dr. Drew. And first she spoke about being naive about misogyny because she never saw that because of the way her dad respected her mom. And we have the audio for that.
I've been really naive because my dad is great and my uncles are great. So misogyny came at me hard and quick with the quickness. I grew up in a house where my mom would say this what need to be, and Larry be like, okay, Sharon, go ahead, Sharon.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? So for me, when I entered outside of my household, and I saw that everybody doesn't really respect their wives or even women in the way that my dad respects my mom, it's a pretty rude awakening.
And she also asked Dr. Drew how to identify if you're the person creating issues in the relationship.
The question is, am I the bad one? Oh. And what I mean by that is, we're all in different dynamics with friends, family, lovers, and you find yourself saying, well, damn, if I'm playing the game on myself and I'm actually the person that's doing wrong, and is there so how does someone know if they're, and look, it takes 2 to tango, right? But how does someone know when they did the wrong thing and they're really the issue? How do you know when you're the issue?
Keke, the person who is reevaluating themselves, trying to do what's right, contemplating they could be doing what's wrong, that is rarely the person who's doing wrong.
And they also had a great conversation about compatibility issues between the generations.
No one ever mentions the reality that actually you can come from a great home with great parents, and it actually ends up making you have an unrealistic expectation on love.
Yeah, sure.
Because you think everything's going to be just chill and everybody's going to be nice like your mom and dad.
Right. Well, I came from a background. First of all, let's talk about timing. I do think, like, my generation was totally different. We dated the guys in our neighborhood. You know, we dated the guys we went to school with, went to church with or whatever. Whereas your generation, you guys are dating people across the world. You know what I mean? So I do think that there is a compatibility issue, you know?
I wonder how many conversations Keke has actually had with her parents just about their journey.
Right.
Because I think nobody ever talks about the process. So she might have seen her dad, you know, at his most evolved level.
Point in his life,
but we don't, I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying we don't know if he was always
that person.
That way.
And people definitely evolve.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they evolve, but the way you, I guess, treat your wife always comes from someplace, right? So I always see my dad spoil my mom and buy her flowers and take care of everything in the house. I seen my Uncle George do the same thing with my Aunt V. I seen Gia's father do the same thing with Gia's mom. I do it with my daughters and my wife. I spoil them. I make them feel good. I tell them how beautiful they are. So those are the things that they see.
Even through all that, we all still make mistakes.
We all still make mistakes, but those are the things that you should say. So when she says it was a false looking for something, she was looking for something that she's seen her parents do. Mm-hmm. That's not a false. That's what you want.
Like, well, what if you
subconsciously, that's what you want.
Absolutely. But what if you're doing all of that, but then you still got a whole other family on the side? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own thing.
That's it. Everybody got their own thing. I think that's why conversations are very, very important, because what you will quickly realize about your parents, any older person, is there's nothing that you're doing now that they didn't do at some point in time as well.
And there's no perfection.
There's no perfection.
You said, there has to be an evolution.
Process. That's right.
You have to learn. But I will say, and she also said something that in this day and age, people can date people from other places, California, because of social media. I would say that too, because when you date somebody, you kind of know their bloodline, right? You know their mama, you know their neighbors, you know this. But when you're dating somebody on the other side of the world,
you don't know nothing about
that person. You don't really know nothing about them. They could be lying.
You can't just get to them and set their house on fire.
What?
Anyway.
What?
So Victoria Monet speaks on her success. So we know she wanted to perform at the VMAs, and she was turned down, and now she's like racking up all these Grammy nominations. So an interviewer asked her about her feelings about that.
People were very shocked that you were not part of the VMAs this year. Your team were told it was too early in your journey.
Yeah.
Do you feel some vindication now when you look at what your year is ending like?
It really does feel nice and validating, because in my head, the reason why I wanted to be a performer at the VMAs or award ceremonies like that is because I feel like I am at the place where I would work really hard to put on the best show that I could. And I guess the best way to describe it for me is like when you're like on a sports team and the coach is like, now you got to sit this one out. When they finally put you in and then you score all these points, and it feels like that feeling. You're like, yes, I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew I worked hard for this. And so it's been super validating to just have these accolades come after a moment like that. And I know the fans feel vindicated for me. I feel no ill towards them, because it's just maybe that's just truly how they felt at the time.
And Victoria Monet, she has 7 Grammy nominations and 2 Soul Train Awards. Definitely deserve it. So happy for her. And moving on.
I know the VMAs got to feel out of touch.
Absolutely.
They have
Like,
Absolutely.
How y'all missed that? Y'all missed Victoria Monet told her she wasn't ready, but then she got nominated for 7 Grammys and 2 Soul Train Awards.
And literally has a top song.
Come on, man.
Record like top 5 is about to be a number 1 record.
Christ, fire all your execs.
And Jonathan Major's domestic violence trial began yesterday. So the trial is underway, and we have a report to keep us updated on how it's going.
He appeared very relaxed and confident. He had what we believe is his now girlfriend by his side, actress Megan Good. He had his Bible in his hand, a coffee mug. His attorney had a lot of questions in reference to how the proceedings would go, as well as the prosecution. And that's sort of what's being worked out right now, a lot of technicalities. So the first issue that they addressed is wanting to close the proceedings off to the public. And the judge ultimately decided that certain parts will be closed to the public to protect some of the rights of the defense, to make sure that Majors gets a fair trial. But right now they're deciding on whether or not there will be a motion to keep certain information sealed.
And I just want to say, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but he actually went to Saks and got a nice suit. He did not look like he was dressed like a slave handler. So I am very happy that he had a nice suit on. He looked very decent, like he stepped off of GQ. So for once, shout out to his stylist. They did what they needed to do.
You didn't like him in GQ? He was dapping in GQ, wasn't he?
I know what you're saying.
Yes. A
lot of times he's dressed like all his pictures should be in black and white.
Literally, that's it. I don't know how to describe it, but that is his aesthetic.
I get what you're saying.
So yesterday he had on a nice gray tailored suit, nice shoes, not the combat boots. I was happy.
I get what you're saying.
Damn it, man. All right. And that is your rumor report. Charlamagne, donkey today?
Man, 4 after the hour, man. We may be on to something here, but this man's name is Kenneth Kelly. He needs to come to the front of the congregation. He was caught pleasuring himself in a convenience store, but we'll discuss. There's more to it.
Okay. All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.